And there's going to be a big move to localization. Community gardens, localization, big move towards that. One of the things that everyone has, learned, hopefully, is that we depend way too much on just on in time everything, and we depend way too much on other countries. Well, if you live here in the United States, and by the way, I feel this way about every country. I feel that every country needs to have its manufacturing capabilities to operate its necessities, right? I mean, making sure that the citizens have the necessities of life, and that is self-produced within that country itself. Everyone needs to have their sovereign nation, and a sovereign nation can't be sovereign if it has to depend on other nations around the world for their survival based on things that are manufactured. So I think that you're going to see a major shift in manufacturing going back into individual nations that are sovereign, and then going into localization and not having all of this consolidation of assets into just a few thousand people, whether they're conglomerate corporations or whatever, that this is going to shift. And one of the things also in this new economy is people really got to look at where they're spending their money, because are you truly funding the wrong companies? It's like what we were talking about. I had talked to a gentleman that was a sheriff and for 8 years, and the only reason he didn't stay longer was because there was term limits, and also a commissioner of a county. And he was talking about that most people, when they do local, elections, they really don't. They just check off the box based on the name recognition, and they really don't study who the people are. So I really think the local side of the equation, both with the leadership in the community and in localization itself, is really something that's going to be big, on top of everything that's changing with the currency. Of course, precious metals, we know, are being suppressed. Okay. The real value of them are much higher than what they're at. And, gold and silver have been money for thousands of years. What an ounce of gold could buy you 1,000 years ago, an ounce of gold can buy you today. So it seems to stay pretty stable in its purchasing power, silver and gold. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, and I know at one time you were, Brother Lama, and now you're not. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you've got all your stuff, sorted as we go through this transition of massive opportunity. I know it's going to be, for some people, massive pain, but for others that are positioning themselves properly, it's going to be massive opportunity. And I'm glad to have our folks here that watch the Patriot and Lama show, that are part of the Circle of Life, and now the Mastermind webinars is up, and we're going through everything that I've done over the years. Everything that's evergreen is going in there, and what we're bringing to the table as we start rolling this thing out in May is going to help people learn how to build multiple streams of income and make a living by living through transfer spending from the wicked to the righteous.